Alright guys, welcome back to the Crypto Boys. Joe P here with you real quick. Wanted to touch on what the heck is going on with Terra and UST. So basically, 2 days ago, the price of the stablecoin UST that Terra uses to keep everything nice and level in the Terra ecosystem dropped down a little bit. People got concerned. The Terra Luna Foundation spent a little bit of money, regulated it. It is an algorithmic stablecoin, meaning that what happens is if the price of this stablecoin that typically should be back to 1-to-1 to the US dollar for USD or USDT, for example, which is not in Terra, but it's an algorithmic stablecoin. So if the price drops down a little bit, then what happened is that Terra will now be able to mint a little bit more Terra, and so it will equal out between the two of them. In flip side, if the price of the stablecoin goes up or UST goes up, then a little bit of Terra is burned just to keep the price nice and equal. Terra is looking to basically, be able to trade these stablecoins, this ecosystem of stablecoins throughout the world. That's kind of its main goal. And so to have a stable stablecoin is extremely important, of course, because it sets the foundation and the precedence of where everything is at in the market for that specifically. Well, unfortunately, yesterday it dropped to 69 cents. It is supposed to be $1. It dropped to 69 cents. So as it was dropping, basically the Luna Foundation, Do Kwon, had to decide, well, what do we do right now? Because this cannot happen. It will go to zero and then we'll be in trouble. So basically what happened was they spent $800 million of their Bitcoin, their reserve of Bitcoin that they've been stacking for the last probably 3 or 4 months. They've been buying up Bitcoin left and right. They've bought a ton of it. They spent $800 million, basically sold it to try to stabilize their stablecoin, right? So UST back to stability somewhat. However, it dumped the market like crazy. There was over $1.2 trillion, trillion dollars worth of Bitcoin that was sold off yesterday. 800 million of it from Do Kwon, all in one sitting, one time to basically try to stabilize that UST. So that absolutely cannot happen. So that's basically the gist of it, of what is going on. There's questions, there's uncertainty, there's doubt, there's definitely fear in the market. FUD is at all-time highs right now. The Fear and Greed Index coming out, probably out now. I'm guessing it's single digits. I mean, the market right now, very fearful. However, it brings up the question of several things. One, the need for regulation. We know that the US government is doing that. It is looking for regulation right now of stablecoins. What it wants to do, of course, there was an article about it yesterday that came out. They want to get rid of your ability to make a big return on these stablecoins. So you stake, $10,000 of a stablecoin, you're gonna get 10% APY just for literally having a 1-to-1 US dollar. They don't want that. So I understand that they want to get rid of that. There is definitely a need for regulation though, because you cannot have projects like this. You cannot have Terra with their stablecoin just tank to zero. I mean, you can't have it tank to 69 cents and now you have to use Bitcoin to stabilize that and just tank the market. Now a bunch of liquidation is happening from traders on leverage, and it had nothing to do with the market. It just had something to do with a flaw in the way that it was programmed. Terrible. We cannot have that, guys. So if you're against regulation, you need to sit back and think about the pros potentially of regulation, because I do firmly believe that it needs to happen. It needs to happen in the space so that more people can accept and adopt it. Also, this is not the first time that an algorithmic stablecoin hasn't worked. Guys, it's a really awesome idea. It makes a lot of sense. However, there's bad actors. There's people that are trying to ruin the system just because they can. They can go in and they can hack it, and they can make stuff like this happen. So if you're heavily invested in Terra, this would be one of the first things I'd be thinking about is we need to have regulation so that something like this never happens again. This is ridiculous. Like, we cannot have this in the cryptocurrency space. This makes cryptocurrency looks terrible. I mean, people on the outside looking in are like, ha, those stupid crypto people. Oh man, we told them it's volatile. Yeah, it's volatile. We get it. It's new. It's being built. The framework is being built of, 10, 15 years from now. how are we going to utilize this effectively and efficiently? Those are the questions that you guys should be asking yourself. And if you're watching this right now, you're early. You're early in the space. We've said this so many times here on the Crypto Boys. Colin says it all the time. He's the most bullish dude on the planet in the crypto space. I've said it a bunch of times, and right now, yeah, feeling bearish, of course, for sure, in the short term. In the short term, that's it. Long term, bullish as can be, man. Bullish as can be. So that's all I want to hit you guys with this morning. Hopefully there's more news coming out of exactly why this is all happening and what happened, what tanked the price to 69 cents instead of $1. But Colin will be on a live later this afternoon talking more and more about it. So stay tuned for that. That should be, you know, sometime around 6 o'clock or so tonight. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll put up a tweet about it, and Colin will be back on later this afternoon. Just want to hit you guys up real quick. So as always, thanks for being with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. We're out.